I just want to point out a couple things about Dylan Rounds as to whether he was sitting out here in the middle of this salt flats all alone planting wheat. Well, he most certainly wasn't. And they show the pictures of the roundabouts, the circles. Well, Dylan's planting was here. Dylan's planting was there. So for Montello or Monteo, if someone can say what the correct pronunciation is, here's the boots, grain shed and equipment, which was not Dylan's land. For reference, I'm just showing it. That this is where the action was for the people that worked in the area, including Dylan. So when the mother says, well, he'd be sometimes up baling hay till 5 in the morning. Well, he wasn't doing it out at his place. He was doing it here. This is the source of the work. This is where alpaca guy comes from. Is this area here. These are huge areas here. So this was an active working place with water. With water. And there's Montello or Monteo, Saddle Sore Bar, and there was the source of the work. Dylan wasn't baling hay out at his place out here in these salt flats. No. Nobody gave a damn if his first crop came through or not. And they say, well, why would they put him out here in the middle of the desert? It's because the grandfather goes way back to this area. That's where the property was. That's where the property was. So they knew he's not just sitting out here in a camper in the middle of the desert, that he was working the whole goddamn area. And also they, like right here, the grain shed and equipment, they take the equipment and they all work among each other and drive along and go to do the crop or whatever. But no, he wasn't just sitting out here in the middle of the desert where they left him to die. No way. He was working the whole area. Chase and all of them worked this area right here. Worked that area right there. You have the people in here, their source of work to go up, bale hay, do whatever, get some beer money, was working this area here. Nobody can go out there in the middle of the goddamn salt flats and just sit there in a trailer. No, and he didn't do that. So the grandparents didn't put him out there to die. No, he'd come down to an area where he was working the whole goddamn area. And wherever the work was, he would go. Not just sit out here like you plant your wheat, so-called wheat that he planted it. What do you do then? Stay there and water it? No. He was working the whole damn area wherever the work was needed, just like everyone else here was. It's a massive area in there and a lot of work. Where if the crops come in, alfalfa, whatever, that it could be a week to have to get stuff in, and you need to pull in people from everywhere. That's why Chase, Dylan, everyone knew each other from going up here and messing around. That's where alpaca guy come from, is right this area, alpaca farmer. Now the alpaca farmer, the story I don't believe, the alpaca farmer come along and drive down here, come down to the sun tunnels, which are nothing but septic tank pipes. And then he said he got close to the area and they started shooting at him and chased him up into the mountains, still shooting at him. I don't believe it. I don't think it happened.